Hey guys, JSQ here, and welcome to a mod showcase. Yes, I don't really do these, but I think I'm actually going to start doing these mod showcases because I realised my channel is mainly to do with mods now, isn't it? Like the mod packs I play, the tutorials I do are on mod packs, so why not add the extra videos of mod showcases? So, yeah, this is going to be my first mod showcase, so, I think we're going to get straight into this because I guess most of you here are waiting for me to start the video. So, yeah, basically, this is the More Furnaces mod. It adds iron furnaces, gold furnaces, diamond furnaces, obsidian furnaces, and netherrack furnaces. And they are pretty awesome. So, I'm going to show you what they do after. But firstly, we need to show you how to actually build these things. So, we are going to start with the iron furnace as it is the first one. It's kind of like a progression going on to the diamond one, but these obsidian and netherrack one, they aren't really to do with these ones here. So like I said, it's a progression going from iron, gold to diamonds. So firstly, what you want to do is make yourself a furnace. So obviously, to make a furnace, you need the. I'll just quickly show you, just in case you somehow don't know how to make a furnace. It is 8 cobblestone in that recipe. In like around it, just leave the middle block empty, and yeah, basically what you need now to make the iron furnace is just the furnace and iron ingots, 8 iron ingots around it. So you want to put the 8 iron ingots around and then the furnace in the middle. That'll give you the iron furnace. So once you've done that, you can now go on to the gold furnace. Now it's pretty simple from here. To make the gold furnace, you just need to put gold around the iron furnace. So if we just grab the gold and put that round and then put the iron furnace there, it'll give us the gold furnace. Now I'll tell you what they do in a second, because I have some nice little stats up and numbers which you guys will understand and realise why these furnaces are so much better than just your average furnace. So yeah, they all basically serve different purposes, so you could make all of them and stuff like that, but I'll tell you what they do in just a sec. So the diamond one, obviously you're going to put diamond around a gold furnace. This is probably, in my opinion, and the stats do say it, this is the best furnace, and obviously it costs the most, so you're going to have to go from an iron furnace to a gold furnace to then get a diamond furnace. So what you do with that is you put 8 diamonds around the sides and then a gold furnace in the middle, and that'll give you a diamond furnace. So that's pretty much how to make that. Now these two are completely different. What you need for this obsidian furnace is an iron furnace. So obviously to make the iron furnace you need 8 cobblestone around, and well, just 8 cobblestone around without anything in the middle. And yeah, that's how you make a furnace. And then obviously fill it with iron around the sides to make the iron furnace. Like I just showed you with that iron furnace over there, it's exactly the same. It's just, this is where you move on. So I guess iron furnace is kind of the base for every furnace here. So what we're going to do is, to make the obsidian furnace, you just put obsidian around the edges and then the iron furnace in the middle. And then for this one, the netherrack furnace, which is pretty awesome, but I'll show you what that does in a sec. You just need a furnace and 8 netherrack to go around it. And I do actually, for this one, I recommend making a flint and steel as well. That's why I've got this iron and in there a sec. So I'll show you that in just a second, what we're going to do. So we are going to fill that with netherrack around the sides, like so. And then to make the flint and steel, you just put iron and flint next to each other. I don't know if it works the other way around. Yeah, it does. All like that. It pretty much, it is shapeless, this, so you can put it in any like kind of formation in there. So just whack it in the crafting table or your inventory crafting table, and then you're sorted. So what I'm just quickly going to do is put all this in here, what I just made, as I have everything on my inventory that I need. And then I'm just going to quickly do this, as this will help me out in a sec. So there, right. Now these are all the furnaces I'm going to show you what they do with, because this was just like my little crafting place to show you how to make them. So that's how you make the furnaces. Now I'm going to show you what they do. So yeah, I'm going to start with the iron furnace. It's basically 1.3 times faster and uses 1.25 times more fuel than the normal furnace. So basically it's a bit faster, but it'll use more coal up, and it's kind of like well, that's pretty much what it is. And you can stack stuff in here. I'll show you what it does in a sec. So if we just put 32 in there and 16 in there, for example, and then we put coal in there. So basically what I'm going to show you now is once this 32 stack has been turned into iron ingots there, it'll then say that's been taken now, it'll actually move that one into the position. Same goes with the coal. So once that coal's filled up, it'll go into the next bit of coal. It just saves you a bit of time going into the furnace and refilling it and stuff like that. So that's pretty much what the iron furnace does. It's just a bit faster, and you can pretty much stack things, so you don't have to keep adding things in. So yeah, that's pretty much what that does. Now the gold furnace, it works the same way as the iron furnace, as in, like, if you run out of coal, it'll fill it with the next bit of coal in there. So obviously you can't just be coal. You can use coal, it's the best thing to use, but you can also have wooden planks. You could also have charcoal. I think that's the only three that will work, unless you're using a mod that adds another extra fuel for you. Then obviously that, I guess it's endless, isn't it, if you got loads of mods that will add fuel. But like I said, it works exactly the same way as the iron furnace. It's just it has more slots to stack. So let's say if we do this, it'll just, once that stack's used up, it'll move on to the next stack, and then obviously it'll keep going on from there. So I'm not going to smelt anything. Oh, should I just smelt something for you? I'll just smelt a little bit of an iron for you. So yeah, that's pretty much what the gold furnace does. Now the little stats for this gold furnace, if you want to know, it is 2.5 times faster than just your average furnace. And it actually uses 2 times more fuel than the normal furnace as well. So it'll be a lot more heavy on resources, like fuel resources, but it will smelt your stuff a lot faster. So obviously it was a good idea actually showing you. So as you can see, it actually smelts it a lot faster here. 2 times faster than your average furnace, and it will actually use up more of your fuel. So yeah, as you can see, it's almost down now, the fuel. So we've only smelted 3 ingots there, and we've already used up 1 bit of fuel, so you're going to need a lot of coal for these furnaces. So yeah, that was pretty much the gold furnace. Now the diamond furnace is exactly the same as those 2 other furnaces, the iron and the gold. It's just obviously it's got more slots, and you probably want to see how fast this thing actually cooks them. So as you can see how fast this is actually smelting your iron. It is mental how fast it actually smelts it. It's actually 5 times faster, and yeah, it's 5 times faster, which is the good side. And then the next number, you guys will be like, ah. So it's 5 times faster than your average furnace, but it actually uses 4 times more fuel than the normal furnace. So I guess if you're impatient and you want to keep smelting stuff as fast as possible, and you got a lot of fuel, then this is the furnace for you, basically. So yeah, right, so that's the 3 furnaces that I want to tell you about. They're your 3 basic ones that do the same thing. Like, you can add more things into the stack, save you keep adding stuff in and stuff like that. So yeah, to the obsidian furnace, I guess. Basically what this obsidian furnace does is you can smelt 2 things at the same time. So obviously you've got your little fuel places at the bottom here, that's where your fuel will go, and obviously it will work the same as the other furnaces. As you can see, the iron furnace is exactly the same as this one, but what you can do is, like I said with the iron furnace, it'll, once that stack's run out, it'll move it to the next stack like that. As you can see, if we move that, say it's done, it'll move on to the next one, so it keeps going around in a rotation if you keep refilling it. So yeah, and the unique thing about this obsidian furnace is that if you put some iron ore in that top section, and then iron ore in that section there, it actually smelts 2 things at once, basically. So that's pretty much the advantage of the obsidian furnace. So it'll be quicker. It's basically using 2 furnaces in one, and yeah, it'll obviously use up fuel a bit more. So it uses 2 times more fuel than the normal furnace, obviously, but it does use 2 times more fuel because it's smelting 2 things at once, so it would do that. But yeah, that's pretty much what the obsidian furnace does. So it works the same way as the iron furnace and these other furnaces. It's just, it's got less slots for the fuel and items, but it smelts 2 things at once. Now, the netherrack furnace. This is the final one. It isn't necessarily the best, but it could be the best in a way if you are low on resources, which is actually good for you. But yeah, like I said, the diamond furnace is probably the best one, as it's the fastest to smelt. It isn't the best fuel wise, as it'll smelt the coal up a lot quicker. And the obsidian furnace, I don't know, is that, it's obviously, it's something you guys can comment, can't you? You can comment it in the section below and say what your favourite furnace is and why. And yeah, basically, as you can see, this netherrack furnace now, it's got no section for fuel at the bottom, so we can't put fuel in. We can put iron in there, but it's not actually smelting. So this is why I said before you probably want to need a flint and steel for this. So what you actually do with this netherrack furnace is you actually set it on fire in the top, right? So you right click on the top of the furnace with your flint and steel and actually set the furnace on fire. So obviously you probably want to make sure you haven't got any of your wooden house around it, because this will probably set it on fire. So you probably want to make it into kind of like cobblestone fireplace around it, or a little quarantine for this furnace, because it could be quite dangerous. So yeah, but what this does, it actually smelts without any fuel. So you don't need any fuel for this furnace other than the fire burning on top. And obviously if you put the fire out, it will stop smelting, but then you just set on fire again and it will go. But this is probably the worst furnace, because as you can see, it doesn't actually smelt fast. And that's what we basically want in a furnace, isn't it? So it only smelts when fire's on top of it, but like I said, it'll take about 90 seconds for it to smelt. Yeah, that's pretty much the netherrack furnace. So yeah guys, as always, if you enjoyed this video, then obviously please leave a like, and if it's helped in any way, please subscribe for more of these mod showcases. And yeah, this has been my first ever mod showcase on this channel, and yeah, so I'm normally like kind of let's player and tutorials on certain things, but I guess it's kind of tutorial, isn't it? Because I don't know, I showed you how to make this stuff and then what it does. But it's more of a mod showcase because it's a single mod, and I thought it was pretty awesome to kick off this little mod showcase thing I'm doing on my channel. So yeah guys, as always, leave a like for an awesome video, and I guess I will see you in my next video. Peace.